Hi guys, today we're gonna be streaming the FNC. We're gonna be watching FNCS Grand Finals here today on Legends Landing. They're sharing FNCS, so we can watch FNCS and see, who wins and stuff.
Going to where things went right there for a reason. Nice drop in. XZ was not expecting company that quickly.
It's already the ending.
Granted, they still got to actually make their way into the next zone. And even with those refreshes and the surge help there, Takata, it was obvious that Reason and Noah were definitely still in a little bit of a pinch. Other teams kind of looking in on where they were at and all that commotion taking place.
Issue with having so many contested duos in the area. Yannis doing a great job though with a quick pickup. Our current leaders in terms of the lobby. Pablo Chino, how are they looking? 109 above. Look at the amount of teams that are rotating in here. This is going to get dangerous quickly as Pablo's already been cracked.
They thought they were going to get the chance to pounce right there. Instead, forced to come to yet another halt, and that definitely puts a sour mood on their surge. 36 above right now, but they are above. Just they know now they're gonna have to go for a little bit more of a forced engagement as opposed to being able to kind of pick which sort of fight that they wanted to enter into. I drop the Medius lurking now. Mountain, Chap, Flixie building in metal. It's the quietest builds. Even when they start ticking away at them, but Chap is just too aware. Immediately catches oversight. Mary is going to be forced to send it onto height. They're working against the clock right now. iDrop even forced to drop his pizza early, but Flixie, Chap, you can see how much surge they have. They know that this duo, they've got to be desperate, given that they are just continuing. Medius. Again, they're so low on their surge. They have to get a conversion here, and it just keeps getting ticked further and further away from their direction. iDrop now getting ran down by Chap and Flixie, defending their original position here. And iDrop, one more tick. He's waiting for Storm to close out his game. And yeah, that surge was just too problematic to deal with.
This is huge for Chap and Flixie, not only because they just got a nice refresh and have over 1,000 surge, but the first match, Zone was close to Sanctuary, literally other corner of the map, and now finally they've got a very solid north zone pull. They've got the loot, everything is going their way in this match, so I'm hoping to see a big one.
Getting a little bit of insight now into where some teams are able to pick up some good eliminations. Scary and Saya is still looking to see what else they can gather. They know there's been a little bit of a rumble taking place on the mountain face. Phoenix and Wolvex trying to go toe-to-toe with Azad and Akrozi, but they won't be able to hold that one out still. Akrozi and Azad just getting beamed right now by Scary and Ciaz. And they're not the only ones. Look at all the shots coming in for the rest of the lobby. That was a quick drive-by though, and Ciaz will be forced to drop box back up. They are under a lot of pressure though with the surge takes.
See Sky and Scroll, knock on Chap. 25 below, just a couple shots needed to connect, and they are going to successfully do that. Issue is all the other players are doing the exact same thing. They're going to have to keep their lead here as Zone pulls further and further away from that snowy mountain.
And when you see teams that are so limited with their mobility options, and we are pulling towards the northern section of the map with so many elevation shifts, have to begin to wonder how they're actually going to fare. The lobby continues to develop here. Sky, Scroll, very familiar sights for these two right now. Just looking back, prime position, taking advantage of teams that were a little bit later to the punch because they were opting to try and find their surge elsewhere on the edge of zone. Tough position here as a solo. And with so many healthy teams kind of surrounding him, he's gonna really have to dig deep here to find a solid placement. Because you don't want to lose hold of being inside that top 5, and that's exactly what he needed. shxrk going to be picked off, but he can't make it to the body loop just yet. Still, it's just buying time with the surge damage.
Better to play it safe than sorry. I got open to focus, can clutch it up. Yapko Panzer, though, incredible zone pull. They're going to have a bunch of opportunity here to tag up some players. As now the rotate comes through. Big elevation change for a lot of teams here, but Panzer Yapko are going to capitalize exactly on that.
They might be able to even protect this launch pad to a certain extent. They could use it to try and stay out of sight, out of mind for the rest of the lobby. But shxrk, Teeny, they got aggressive early on, and they are keeping it rolling in stride. Just a couple of really nice eliminations there, punishing teams that are looking to try and work their way into zone. Now everyone's going to start trying to send it, though, towards that front side. Yapko Panzer, they're going to have to try and defend their position. Looking back, trying to set up. Fully aware of the fact they've got other teams on this same layer. They're going to have to either go up or down, unless they're able to convert some eliminations here. But Sky, Scroll, same intentions.
Ooh.
Just trying to be a little bit more concealed here with the pullback. That's going to put them now in that front side position in zone.
I'm liking what I'm seeing, though. From 4th place to kick things off, all the way down to 27th in the most recent match. Now, shxrk and Teeny up above, looking to see if they can close it with a big match. They've already got a very good amount of eliminations, but they've got to be careful right when they're splitting loot. The retake from Chap and Flixie comes through, but Flixie is going to fall all the way down alongside Chap, but it looks like they might have got ahead of zone. And it looks like Teeny's down as well. This is going to be tough for shxrk as he's pushed into a solo situation.
Those opening shots from Chap and Flixie were all they needed. shxrk and Teeny just sent tumbling down from height. shxrk now as a solo. He's going to need Siphon, but he won't be able to get it. Just brought down, punished by Chap and Flixie. That was a great time to strike on height. Malabuka Vika, though, might look to take a stab at it, but first they're going to need to get some form of elimination refresh here. Only one build now for Malabuka. Vico, hip to hip. Gotta stay as close to each other as they can to try and pull things off, but it's been disastrous. Chap, Flixie, they're on ultimate low. We just saw them on hype because what do you know? Cammy and Hottie have managed to work their way up to the high ground. Skyjump, though, just going to overshoot it, and that's going to leave Momsy to just stay based inside of that secondary.